Today, I created Victor Wembanyama's evil twin. I mirrored exactly what Victor Wembanyama's build is. Same age, same potential, every single stat is exactly the same, but I put him on the Detroit Pistons. Also want to give a shout out to the guy who commented for me to do this. He said, make Victor Wembanyama's arch enemy. Shout out to History Revenge. Thank you so much for the idea. If you guys have any ideas for videos you want me to do, just leave it down in the comments below. I will get to pretty much all of them. We have Wemby on the bottom team in the West and Wemby on the bottom team in the East. We're going to sim and follow both of their careers as they go along. As you can see, we have regular Wemby on a 2-year deal and evil Wemby on a 2-year deal. Yeah, it's going to be as simple as that. I have no control over their futures. We're going to follow and see who does better, the regular Victor Wembanyama or his evil twin. Let's go ahead and get right into season number 1. Luka Doncic wins MVP in year number 1, 36, 10, and 10. Which Wemby won Rookie of the Year? The regular Victor Wembanyama wins Rookie of the Year with a 20, 10, 3 assists, 1.3 steals, and 3.2 blocks. Victor Wembanyama also wins DPOY. We are going to see a battle of Defensive Player of the Years between this Wemby and his evil twin. One of the last times I had Wemby in like a modern sim, I believe he won 16 consecutive Defensive Player of the Years, so this is about to be insane. Mavs are the 1 seed as both of our teams miss the playoffs. Neither side, of course, you know, they're both bottom sides in the conference with Wemby or without Wemby, so no Wembys in the playoffs for this season, but I'm sure that will not last long. Devin Booker, Western Conference Finals MVP, 25, 4, and 7. Jalen Brunson, Eastern Conference Finals MVP, 34, 4, and 7. Knicks Suns Finals, and it is the Knicks who take it in 5 games, of course, led by Jalen Brunson, 33, 3, and 6, 1 steal per game. All right, that is it for year number 1. Hopefully the one and only season where both Wembys missed the playoffs. Regular Victor Wembanyama up to a 93 overall. Evil Wemby also up to a 93 overall as the Pistons actually got Pascal Siakam. So the Pistons could be the team to make a run first, as the Spurs did absolutely nothing in the offseason. Pascal Siakam is 30 years old, but I mean, an 87 overall, would probably be at an 87 for the next couple of years. The Pistons could be the first team to make some noise out of these two. I think we're going to see a lot of this. Luka Doncic, another MVP, 37, 11, and 11. Regular Victor Wembanyama, another Defensive Player of the Year. Look at those stats jumping already. 24, 12.5, 4, 1.8 steals, 3.1 blocks. The Spurs missed the playoff, but Detroit was able to get the 10 seed. They actually were the 7 seed with about a week to go, and then they absolutely sold, losing 3 of the final 6 games, dropping all the way down to the 10 seed. We'll see if they can make a miracle run here as we get eliminated in game 1. So another quick season for us as Shea wins Western Conference Finals MVP and Jalen Brunson wins another Eastern Conference Finals MVP. We got a Thunder Knicks Finals, and it is the Thunder who win in 7 games, led by Shea, 26, 6, and 7, 2 steals per game, 52% from 3, 60, 50, 90. Holy shit. Both guys on a 1-year deal with their team. Evil Wemby is actually the higher overall right now. He is a 96, still a part of that big 3, still has Jaden Ivey, Isaiah Stewart, a young core around him. Regular Victor Wembanyama is a 95 overall and once again has a very lackluster team around him. We'll go ahead and follow the Spurs this year instead of the Pistons, but I think this will be the year that we see the Pistons in the playoffs. Luka goes for 3 straight MVPs, 38, 11, and 11. Just unreal. Victor Wembanyama gets another Defensive Player of the Year. Still no awards for evil Wemby, 28, 14, 4, 1.7, 3.2. Regular Victor makes first team All NBA and the evil Wemby does not. Regular Wemby is a 9 seed in the Western Conference. Evil Wemby is a 3 seed for the Detroit Pistons. A much improved season. Let's go ahead and follow the play in here for regular Wemby as we lose in game 1. Out of the play in the West, Utah, Minnesota. In the East, Charlotte and New York. Evil Wemby faces off here against the 6 seeded Miami Heat in round 1, and we split the first 2. Up 3-1, and we are through. Evil Wemby, first of the 2 to win a playoff series. We face off against the 2-seeded Orlando Magic. They take the first 2, down 3-1, and we get eliminated. Not a bad season at all, though. Nikola Jokic, Western Conference Finals MVP. Paulo Banchero, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. So we have a Nuggets Magic Finals, and it is the Magic who win it in 7 games, led by Paulo, 20 points, 7.5 rebounds, 4.5 assists, and a block per game. I cannot say I was expecting the Magic to win a title, but a great year of improvement for our guys. We'll see if they stuck with their teams heading into year number 4. Evil Wemby, unsurprisingly, stays with the Pistons. Regular Wemby stays with the Spurs. Both of them on 1-year deals, presumably the last year of their rookie contracts. I might have one more year in there, but I'm not fully sure. The Spurs, once again, doing absolutely nothing to try to keep Wemby around. They have not upgraded the team at all. For the Pistons, they have done a lot. They still have that big three. Cade Cunningham up to a 90 overall. Jaden Ivey, Isaiah Stewart improving. They got Andrew Nembhard. They got Marcus Sasser, Simone Fontecchio. The team is very, very good. I'm liking the Pistons this year. This could be a year where we see a deep playoff run. Luka Doncic, another MVP, 33, 10, and 10. Victor Wembanyama, his 4th consecutive Defensive Player of the Year. He may not lose one. For the Spurs, they are the 7th seed in the West. The Pistons are the 1 seed in the East. So first up, we will follow the Spurs as they lose their first play-in game. We have not won a play-in game yet. Here we go, against the Denver Nuggets for a chance to face off against OKC. We get eliminated. We are 0-4 in play-in games. The Pistons lost 1, the Spurs have lost 3. Just unreal. Out of the play-in in the West, Denver and Houston in the East, Charlotte and Miami. First series, Detroit against the Charlotte Hornets, and we are going to cruise on through in 5 games. We face off now against the New York Knicks, who I believe have gone to the finals twice in the Sims so far. We take the first 2. First 3-2. I swear to God. We do end up making it through in 6 games. We face off against the 2-seeded Toronto Raptors here in the Eastern Conference Finals for a chance to have our first finals appearance as we split the first 2. Down 3-1. Gotta rip off 3 straight, and we can't do it. Deontay George, Western Conference Finals MVP. Wally Wellington, what the hell is that? Eastern Conference Finals MVP. A Raptors Jazz Finals. It is the Jazz who win in 7 games. A lot of 7-game series here in the finals, led by Deontay George, 25, 3, and 8. Can't say that's who I was expecting to win Finals MVP in this sim. All right, both guys still with their teams. Both guys signed extensions. Evo Wemby on a 3-year deal with the Pistons. Regular Wemby on a 4-year deal with the Spurs. For the love of God, can they get this dude some fucking help? Evo Wemby still has the big 3, still has the other 2 guys. So far, Evo Wemby has been the better of the 2. Let's get right into season number 5. Finally, a new MVP in year number 5, Nikola Jokic, 23, 10, and 9. Victor Wembanyama adds another Defensive Player of the Year to his resume. For the first time, the Spurs make it right into the playoffs, and Detroit is the 4 seed. Out of the play-in in the West, Utah and Dallas in the East, Chicago and Toronto. Hopefully we can get that dream scenario of these two facing off against each other in the finals, but first they got to get through their first round matchups. Both of them split the first 2. Evil Wemby goes up 3-1, and regular Wemby goes down 3-1. 3-2 in both series, and the Spurs get eliminated as Detroit makes it through. Literally polar opposite series. Like, every time regular Wemby lost, Evil Wemby won. Like, they were mirrored series. All right, well, we move on to follow Evil Wemby here. They face off against the 1-seeded Atlanta Hawks. They go down 2-0. 2-2. They split the first 4. And we ripped off 3 straight, 3-2. And it's a Game 7, our first Game 7 of the sim. What's happening to Simcast? And unfortunately, it's going to be a disappointing Game 7. Evil Wemby goes for 22 and 10, but it's not enough for Tari Eason, DeJounte Murray, Onyeka Okongwu, and Tyrese Maxey. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Western Conference Finals MVP, Tyrese Maxey, Eastern Conference Finals MVP, as we have a Hawks-Thunder Finals. And it is the Hawks who win in 5 games, led by DeJounte Murray. Very good guard play in Atlanta, 22, 4, and 6 for DeJounte. Also shot 50% from 3 there. Of course, both guys still with their teams after they signed extensions. The Spurs still literally the exact same roster. Like, they added a couple of these auto-generated rookies, and they're just being carried by Wemby, who is a lower overall compared to Evil Wemby. He is up to a 98 overall, about to hit 99, still with the exact same squad that they have had for the last couple of years. We're still waiting on some final success from either of these 2 teams. Let's go ahead and get to year number 6. Hopefully this can be the year that one of them gets that ring. And he's back. Luka Doncic, another MVP, 26, 9, and 10. Evil Wemby, his first Defensive Player of the Year, 24.5, 11.5, 4.5, 1.8 steals, 2.7 blocks. Evil Wemby finally on the board for Defensive Player of the Years, and it looks like he also made first team All-NBA. For our Spurs, they are the 9 seed. For our Pistons, they are the 1 seed. Let's go right into the play-in. We still have not won a play-in game yet. Please, no. 0-5 in play-in games for both Wembys. Regular Wemby is 0-4 in play-in games. Just absolutely horrible. Out of the play-in in the West, Memphis and Portland. In the East, Chicago and Charlotte. We face off against the 8-seeded Chicago Bulls here in round number 1. And it is a real simple series for us. We win in 5 games. We face off now against the 4-seeded Indiana Pacers, who also won their series in 5 games. We split the first 2. Up 3-1, and we are through to the conference finals where we face off against the Atlanta Hawks. I think we played them last year, just in the second round instead of the conference finals. A chance at revenge here as they take the first 2. Wow, we get swept in the conference finals. Shai, 26, 7, and 9. Tari Eason, 15, 10, and 3. Okay. Hawks Thunder finals, I believe for the second time. And it is the Thunder, who I think just came back down 3-0, led by Shea, 36, 6, and 10, 3 steals, 1.3 blocks, 55% from 3, 62, 55, 98. Holy shit. Evil Wemby on the last year of his deal with the Pistons. Victor Wembanyama still has 2 years of his deal with the Spurs, and I hope to God he leaves because they have still not given him anybody. They gave Jeremy Sohan $175 million. Are we serious? Still a main squad for the Pistons. Pretty much nothing has changed. Let's go ahead and get right into season number 7. Shea wins his first MVP of the sim, 27.5, 6.5, 8, 2 steals per game. Victor Wembanyama back to winning Defensive Player of the Year. The Spurs are the 2 seed and the Pistons are the 1 seed. So for the first time, we have a legit chance to see these two face off in the finals. They're playing in the West, Dallas and New Orleans, in the East, Milwaukee and Charlotte. Hopefully both of these first round series go by pretty fast as we're both up 3-1 and we are both through. Second round, Spurs face off against the Lakers. The Pistons face off against the Wizards. Pistons take the first 2, Spurs split the first 2. Pistons up 3-0, Spurs 2-1. Pistons are through. Spurs a chance to go to the conference finals, and we have done it. Both of our guys have a chance to go to the finals for the first time. Please. Oh my God, this would be so sick. OKC up against the Spurs. Detroit up against Boston. Detroit splits the first 2. San Antonio loses the first 2. 2-1 Spurs down, 2-1 Detroit up. 3-1 in both series. Detroit is through. If the Spurs can win these last 2 games, we will have a Wemby versus Wemby finals. Game 7. Game 7. Come on. Spurs against OKC in OKC on top of the Simcast. It's not going to go the way we want. Shea, Western Conference Finals MVP, 32-11. Evil Wemby, Eastern Conference Finals MVP, 21-14. Wemby put up 35-9, but it was not enough for the Thunder. Pistons Thunder Finals. We have a chance for one of these guys to get their first ring. Split the first 2. Split the first 4. Pistons, 1 win away. Can we have one of our Wembys get the first championship of the sim? That is exactly what is going to happen. The Pistons have done it here in Game 6 at home. Gonna wind the clock out, maybe get up one more shot here. It's into Evil Wemby. Posting up on Bam Adebayo, I believe. Cade is going to take the last shot. It is up. It is no good. Shea with the rebound. And we have our first Wemby to win a championship. It is Evil Wemby and the Detroit Pistons. This is a very, very good team. Looks like they got Max Strus and Rui Hachimura. The Thunder team's going to be terrifying, though. They have Bam to go along with Shea, OG Anunoby. That team is terrifying. And there's Wemby getting the trophy. Brings Cade along with him. Look at the height difference. And, of course, Evil Wemby, our finals MVP for the Detroit Pistons. Evil Wemby, 22, 9, 5.5, 1.7 steals, 2.7 blocks. And the Detroit Pistons are NBA champions. And after a championship, Evil Wemby is gone. Evil Wemby has joined the Denver Nuggets on a 4-year deal. There's no Jokic here, but they do still have some nice young role players around the squad. Regular Wemby is still with the San Antonio Spurs. I mean, pretty much the exact same squad we've seen. They were a win away from the finals last year, so I guess this year I can't really fault them for not changing anything. He's got 1 year left on his deal. We'll see if he stays with the Spurs after the season. Shea wins MVP, 27, 7, 9.5. Regular Wemby wins another Defensive Player of the Year, just absolutely racking them up. Denver's the 4 seed, San Antonio is the 3 seed, so there is a chance for our guys to face off this year. Out of the plane in the West, Minnesota, and the Clippers in the East, Detroit and Boston. All right, let's go through these first round matchups. San Antonio plays Golden State, Denver plays Dallas. Golden State goes up 2-0 on San Antonio as Denver splits the first 2. Golden State's up 3-0, and the Spurs are eliminated, so we will have another year where these two guys don't match up. Denver up 3-2, and we are through. Denver facing off against the best team in the NBA, the Oklahoma City Thunder, as we lose the first 3, 3-1, 3-2, and they fake this out there as we go down. Shaedon Sharpe, Western Conference Finals MVP. Jason Tatum, Eastern Conference Finals MVP, 29-7 and 4. We got a Celtics Clippers Finals, and it is the Clippers who win it in 7 games, led by Shaedon Sharpe, 24, 4 and 4. Very average stats, but I guess good enough to win the Finals MVP as the Clippers knock down the Celtics, and we're back to years of disappointment for Wemby. Is Victor Wembanyama still with the Spurs? Yes, he is. A 5-year, $300 million deal just to stick with the team that has given him absolutely no help. Evil Wemby, of course, still with the Nuggets for 3 more years. Doesn't look like his team made many changes to the roster. Yeah, let's go ahead and get right into season number 9. Finally, one of our Wembys wins MVP 31, 12, 4.5, 1.8, 2.5 for Victor Wembanyama. 50, 40, 90 season for him too, and it wasn't even close. Unsurprisingly, that means he also won Defensive Player of the Year, and oh my god, it finally happened. We have Wemby against Evil Wemby for the first time in the sim. It took 9 years, but we finally got it. Out of the plane in the West, New Orleans, and the Lakers in the East, Detroit and Cleveland. We don't care about that though. It is Spurs versus Nuggets here in round 1. We split the first 2. Wemby goes up 2-1. Evil Wemby answers back, and it's 2-2. And Wemby goes up 3-2. Let's hop into Simcast. Oh my god, it's 112-112. Holy shit. Here we go. 29 seconds to go. It is Spurs ball. Season on the line for Denver. It is Wemby against Wemby. Victor Wembanyama driving in on Evil Wemby. Post hook. Got it to go. And they are up 2. Nuggets need to respond. Their season is on the line. Are they even going to get it to him? They're going to run a pick and roll here. Wemby slips. It's going to be Evil Wemby in the post on regular Wemby. Post hook. Got it! Over Wembanyama. 8 seconds to go. Spurs out of timeout. They're going to give it to Wemby. Wemby on Wemby for the series. Victor Wembanyama takes the 2. No good. And we go to overtime. Almost a buzzer beater to send Evil Wemby home. That is going to do it. Denver down by 7 with 16 seconds left. Wemby gets the board. They won't foul him, and regular Wemby knocks off Evil Wemby in overtime in 6 games. The Spurs are moving on. We almost saw a game winner as Evil Wemby has a 24, 14, 11 triple-double. Regular Wemby 45, 16, 8, 2 steals, 3 blocks. Our first series between the 2 Wembys, and it was a good one. Spurs, Lakers, I think they had this series a couple years ago as the Lakers take the first 2, split the first 4, down 3-2. Game 7, here we go. Game 7, Wemby. Oh my god, here we go. All right, it's another close one. Spurs down 1 in Game 7 with 37 seconds on the clock. They get it into Jeremy Sohan. I'm assuming they're going to try to get Wemby a touch here. Fumbling the ball around. There it is. Into Wemby. Wemby the layup. Got it! The Spurs lead timeout Lakers with 30 seconds on the clock. Spurs need to stop here. Graham trying to drive in. Can't find anywhere to go. He's posting up now. Going to get a screen. Into Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt the layup. Got it. Timeout Spurs. Lakers up 1. We saw Wemby be clutch last series. Can he do it again? Mitchell, I'm assuming, going to look for Wemby here. Sell. Still haven't gotten the ball to Wemby. It's Sohan. Sohan kicks into Wemby. It's Wembanyama. 3 on the clock. In the paint. Got it! 82% contested for Victor Wembanyama. He hits it. 1.8. Lakers for the win. No good. The full court shot hits the rim, but it does not go. And the Spurs win in 7 games. Wemby wins it with 2 seconds on the clock. Devin Vassell, 37 points. Victor Wembanyama, 32. Oh my god. This team is looking like a team of destiny right now with these clutch games. As we face off against our division rival Dallas Mavericks here in the conference finals, a chance for Wemby to go to his first finals as we split the first 2. Down 3-1. Season on the line again. Can we have some more magic here in the playoffs? 3-2. No, we cannot. Luka Doncic takes us down. Jarris Walker, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Hawks, Mavs, Finals. The Hawks, who win in 7 games, led by Darius Garland. They just always have a good guard on their team. 18-2-8 for him. 1.3 steals. An incredible playoff run for the Spurs, but still waiting on that first Finals appearance for Victor Wembanyama. Here is the Spurs squad heading into year number 10. Look at the amount of 80 overalls on this squad. I think they can do it. They're on the brink of doing it. And then Evil Wemby still with the Nuggets for 2 more years. Not as good of a squad, but still enough that they should be in the playoffs. Let's get right into year number 10. Shea wins MVP once again, 30 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists. Victor Wembanyama just adds to his Defensive Player of the Year tally. We've got a chance to face off against each other again, this time in the second round, as Denver is the 3 seed and San Antonio is the 2 seed. Out of the plane in the West, Phoenix and LA in the East, New York and Atlanta. Both of our series split the first 2 games. Spurs down 3-1 to the Lakers, and the Spurs go down. Unfortunately, there will be no Wemby versus Wemby rematch, as the Nuggets do end up making it through. Denver splits the first 2 with the Lakers. Denver up 3-2, and they are through. Conference Finals appearance for Evil Wemby as we face off against the 5-seeded LA Clippers. Go down 2-0, 2-1, 3-1. The Nuggets have been eliminated. Shaedon Sharpe, another conference finals MVP for him. Wally Wellington, haven't heard that name in a long time. He wins conference finals MVP. Holy shit, he had 34.5 points per game. Raptors Clippers finals, and it is the Clippers who win it in 6 games, led by Shaedon Sharpe, 26, 6, and 2. All right, Evil Wemby on his last year of the deal with the Denver Nuggets, and regular Wemby has 3 years to go on his. Squads look pretty much the exact same. Actually, the Nuggets did get slightly better. Look at the amount of 80s they have now. So we'll see what they can do here in year number 11. Hopefully we can get a rematch between the two Wembys. Victor Wembanyama wins MVP 31, 11, and 5. Evil Wemby wins Defensive Player of the Year for the first time in a while. 25, 11, 5, 1.5, 2.5 for him. Spurs are the 1 seed. Denver is the 3 seed. Out of the plane in the West, Dallas and New Orleans in the East, Cleveland and Miami. Only way they could meet each other this year would be in the conference finals. As Denver goes down 2-0, Spurs up 3-1, Denver ties the series up, and Spurs are through. Denver needs to win this one to move on, and they stay alive. Game 7, here we go, top of the Simcast. And it is going to be the Timberwolves. Evil Wemby 21, 12, and 7, but it's not enough. Look at that team performance for the Timberwolves. Spurs are still in it, though. They face off against the Golden State Warriors here in round number 2. They go up 2-0, 3-1, and they are through in 6 games. Wemby once again has a chance to go back to the finals, and we face off against OKC, the team that prevented him from doing that a couple seasons ago. Split the first 2. Split the first 4. Crucial game 5. OKC takes it. Season on the line for the Spurs, and OKC does it again. Shea 27, 3.5, 8. Tyrese Halliburton 17 and 10. Pacers Thunder finals. Thunder winning 7 games, of course, led by Shea. Evil Wemby signs a 5-year deal to stay with the Nuggets, and that will be his first chance at retirement in 5 years, although I doubt that will happen. Wemby, 2 years left on his Spurs deal. Still a very, very good team around him. Still a very, very good team around Evil Wemby. Let's see what they can do. Shea picks up another MVP, probably his best MVP season so far. 34, 6.5, 7.5. Evil Wemby, back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year for him. I think he's definitely not close to regular Wemby, but he's certainly picking up some ground there. OKC is the 1 seed, Denver is the 4 seed, and San Antonio is the 2 seed. Out of the play-in in the West, New Orleans and the Clippers in the East, Brooklyn and Charlotte. Once again, only way they can meet is in the conference finals. Spurs split the first 2, Denver up 2-0, 2-1 lead for both of our guys, 3-2 in both series. Denver is through, Spurs are in a game 7 on top of the Simcast. And the Spurs get it done, led of course by our guy Victor Wembanyama. 44-point performance for him. Both of our guys are 4 wins away from facing each other in the conference finals, as both of us go down 2-0. 2-2. We're both up 3-2. We are mirroring each other's series so far. We both lost the first 2 games, both won the next 3, and we are a win away. And we got it. Wemby against Evil Wemby. Finally, they play each other again. This time, it's in the conference finals, so no matter what, we are getting a finals appearance from one of our guys. Game 1 goes to Evil Wemby. Split the first 2. Wemby up 2-1, 3-1. Top of the Simcast. Denver will live to see another day. Victor Wembanyama 16, 14, and 4. Evil Wemby 47, 15, and 8. Head into Game 6. And Denver has forced a Game 7. Wemby 31, 13, and 7. Evil Wemby 26, 7, and 9. Game 7. To go to the finals, and it's going to be the San Antonio Spurs. Victor Wembanyama, his first career finals, 26, 10, and 5, 1 steal, 3 blocks a game. Taylor Hendricks, 21, 8, and 3. Wemby had a 27, 11, and 7 in that final game. Evil Wemby had a 30, 15, and 11 triple-double. And for the first time, our regular Victor Wembanyama is into the finals as we go down 2-0. 2-2. Crucial game 5 here, and we lose it. Season on the line against the Hawks. Tie game, 40 seconds. Let's jump in. Here we go. 40 seconds on the clock. It's Spurs ball. In pretty much all these games, they've got it into Wemby. We'll see if they do the same here. It's Mitchell, actually, who takes it, and he hits it! A 3 for Mitchell, and the Spurs lead. Hawks don't need a 3, but they're certainly going to look for a payment for 3. Got it! Tie game. 24 seconds to go. Spurs are going to be able to hold for the final shot. We'll see if they choose to do that. It's a tie game. It's going to be Wemby. Wemby driving in. Slows it down. 15 seconds. Wemby down to 8 seconds. Is he going to wait for the last shot, or is he going to get it up a little early? He's trying to drive in. Can't create space. Step back 3. Got it! Victor Wembanyama for 3. 36% contested. 1.6 seconds on the clock for the Hawks to respond. Can the Spurs force a Game 7? They only need 1 stop. Hawks at inbound. Gets it in. It's Black for 3. No good at the buzzer. He misses the open three. The Spurs survive, and we have a Game 7 in the finals in San Antonio. Victor Wembanyama, season on the line, 43, 14, and 8. We hop right back into Simcast here. Oh my God, 1 point game, 50 seconds to go. Holy shit. Here we go, Hawks down by 1, 50 seconds on the clock. Gonna run a high pick and roll here. Gets by, he's got the open lane, he's gonna take the dunk. Hawks lead. Spurs aren't gonna take a timeout. That's the Hawks' first lead of the entire game, and it couldn't come at a worse time. Mitchell takes the three. No good. Hawks have the ball. Spurs do not have to foul here. They don't have to foul, but they definitely need to stop. It's into Hudson. Hudson the layup. No good. We get the rebound. 25 seconds on the clock. 4-second differential. Spurs aren't going to call timeout. It's Mitchell. Open three. Bang! Mitchell hits the three. Spurs lead by 2. Here we go. Hawks need a 2 to tie, a 3 to take the lead. They can't afford to waste the clock because they are losing. They are going to waste the clock. They're going to go for the last shot. They're going to risk it. Spurs do have a timeout even if they do score. Hawks, it's a pick and roll. Hudson. They're going to take a three. Hendricks. No good. They get the putback. They get the putback with 0.9 on the clock. Oh my God. It all comes down to this. Spurs, if they make the shot, they win the finals. It's Game 7, 0.9 to go. It's in. Man for three. No good. We go to overtime here in Game 7 of the finals. Oh my God. And the Spurs get it done. A very, very entertaining Game 7. Victor Wembanyama, 28, 11, and 4, 3 steals and a block. And for the first time, Victor Wembanyama is on top. Spurs have won it all. Wemby, 31, 10, 4, 2.3 steals, 2.4 blocks. An unreal series for him in the finals. An unreal playoff run for him. He won 3 Game 7s en route to these finals. Victor Wembanyama, a 98 overall. Evil Wemby, a 98 overall as well. Squads do look very similar here. I think the Spurs did get slightly worse, but overall, not that big of a deal. Let's go ahead and get into the season. Victor Wembanyama, an MVP for him. I think that's number 3 or 4. I think it is number 4 for him. Evil Wemby continues to rack up the Defensive Player of the Years, meaning he is on the brink, I think, of passing Wemby at some point here. Spurs once the Denver 2 seed, so we definitely have a chance to see a rematch between our two Wembys again in the conference finals. Out of the play-in in the West, Houston and the Clippers. God, the Clippers have been there like every year. In the East, Chicago and Atlanta. I went to sim the round, and the Spurs are down 2-1. Okay, 2-2. And Denver sold. Oh my God. Denver in Game 7 against the Clippers here. Tie game, 35 seconds. Let's jump in. Last year, it was regular Wemby in Game 7, I believe, against the Clippers in that 2-7 matchup. This time, it's Evil Wemby. It is the Clippers with the ball in a tie game. Driving in. Pump fake, takes the 2. No good. Evil Wemby on the rebound. 23 seconds to go. They're not going to call a timeout here. They won't have the last shot, but they'll have only a couple of seconds left if they do wait out this entire shot clock. They're going to clear out the lane into Wemby. Wemby for the lead. No good, and doesn't get the rebound. Timeout, Clippers. Evil Wemby misses the layup. Clippers, a chance to send Evil Wemby home. Solomon kicks it in. It's right over Wemby. Got it. Timeout, Nuggets. Wemby not only misses the layup, he then gets scored on as well. Nuggets only need a 2-pointer, but will they take a 2 or will they go for the 3? It's Bridges to inbound. Bridges gets it in. Low for the win. No good. The Nuggets go down. Evil Wemby, 32, 15, and 12. Another triple-double. Low was 9 for 18 from 3, but he couldn't hit the one that mattered most. All right, our focus shifts to the Spurs. They face off against the 4-seeded New Orleans Pelicans. Quickly up 2-0. 3-1. 3-2. Oh my God. See if the Spurs blow through and lead here, man. Absolutely not. Victor Wembanyama, 34, 6, and 8 as they blow out the Pelicans by 45 in Game 7. And Wemby now has a chance to avenge his twin brother Evil Wemby as they face off against the LA Clippers here in the conference finals. But the first two, 3-1. And Victor Wembanyama, Western Conference Finals MVP, 24, 12, and 6. Scotty Barnes, Eastern Conference Finals MVP with the worst stats I think I've ever seen in my life. Raptors, Spurs finals. Spurs looking to go back to back as we take the first two, 3-1. And just like that, the Spurs go back to back. Wemby had not sniffed the finals in his whole career. Now he goes back to back. 24, 12, 5, 1.6, 2.4, and the Spurs are back on top. Evil Wemby, 3 years on his deal with the Nuggets. Regular Wemby, 4 years on his deal with the Spurs. Once again, squads look very, very similar. Jeremy Sohan is still here in San Antonio. Yeah, expecting to see another good season from both of our guys. Let's get underway. Victor Wembanyama, another MVP for him. 27, 12, 5, 1.7, 2.3, and he's back winning Defensive Player of the Year. Denver, the 1 seed. San Antonio, the 3 seed. Out of the plane in the West, OKC, and New Orleans in the East, Philly and Milwaukee. And both of our guys easily get through, and we now are 4 games away from seeing each other in the conference finals once again. Denver splits the first 2. San Antonio loses the first 2. It's 3-0 for San Antonio, and San Antonio goes down. We now shift our focus to Evil Wemby, who goes up 3-1 and is through to the conference finals. Denver against Phoenix. Evil Wemby takes the first 2. First 3. Dominance for Evil Wemby. Only loses 2 games en route to the finals. 27, 10, 6, 2.52. Keon Shelton, Eastern Conference Finals MVP for the Heat. 28, 3.5. Nuggets Heat finals, a rematch of the 2022-2023 finals, but the first 2. Heat go up 3-1. Evil Wemby needs to come back for the ages here. 3-2, and it's not going to be enough. The Heat win in 6, led by Keon Shelton. 21, 7-3, 1.3. 1.0, and the streak ends. There will not be a Wemby hoisting the trophy this year. Here's a look at the squad for both of our guys. Once again, almost no changes. They still really have not had a major duo. Evil Wemby did have Cade Cunningham early on, but I mean, since then, neither of these guys have had a true number 2 guy. But yeah, I'm expecting to see him at the top of the West once again. Let's get right into it. Evil Wemby wins, I believe, his first MVP of the sim. 24, 11, 6, 1.7, 2.3. He also picks up another Defensive Player of the Year, keeping himself close to the regular Wemby. Denver, the 1 seed in the West. San Antonio, the 2 seed. Out of the plane in the West, Utah and Memphis in the East, Brooklyn and Indiana. Let's get right into the series as Spurs are down 2-1. 2-2, 3-2. Okay, a little bit of a scare there, but they do end up making it through. Once again, 4 wins away from meeting each other in the conference finals. Spurs go up 2-0. Denver splits the first 2. 2-1 and 3-0. Spurs are through. Denver is through. We have a matchup once again between the Wemby twins. Denver takes game 1. Split the first 2. 2-1. 3-1 Spurs. Let's hop in a simcast. And the Spurs are going to get it done in dominant fashion. The original Wemby bro, 26, 8, and 8, 2.4 steals, 1.6 blocks, knocks off the MVP of the league. And it is a Raptors-Spurs finals. Split the first 2. 2-1 Raptors. 2-2. Huge game 5 win for the Spurs. Let's hop in a simcast. And the Raptors force a game 7. Oh my God, here we go again. The Spurs survive a insanely close game, but the Raptors aren't able to do enough. 31, 9, and 3 for Wemby, and it gets the job done. The Spurs win another championship, their 3rd in 4 years, and another Game 7 win for Victor Wembanyama. I don't know if he's been beat in a Game 7 this whole sim. 21, 11, 5, 1.3, 1.4. Evil Wemby has 1 year left on his deal with the Denver Nuggets. Regular Wemby, still with the Spurs, has been his entire career. 2 years left on his deal. I doubt Evil Wemby will retire after this year, but we will double check, of course. Very similar squads the last couple of seasons. Hopefully they can meet again in the playoffs. Victor Wembanyama has done it again. MVP, another 50, 40, 90 season, and it wasn't even close. 3.6% got the field goal percentage, 2.2% got the 3-point percentage. Just unreal. And also another DPOY for him. Spurs 1 seed, Denver 2 seed. They're just flip-flopping back and forth at who gets 1, who gets 2. Out of the plane in the West, Portland, and the Clippers in the East, Orlando and Brooklyn. Denver looking to get revenge on the Clippers, who knocked them out just a couple years ago, as Spurs are 2-2 to Portland. Okay, and both of our guys are through. It was a little bit of a scare there for San Antonio, but no worries overall. They face off against Minnesota. Denver faces off against Memphis. Denver goes down 2-0, down 3-0. Oh my God. Denver Nuggets get swept as San Antonio sweeps their way to the conference finals. We miss out on another Wemby versus Wemby matchup. Spurs against Memphis in the Western Conference Finals. 2-0. Just unreal. real. The Spurs are on an absolute heater. Wemby, 25-8-5, 1.8 blocks per game. Keon Shelton, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Wemby looking to avenge his twin brother who lost to the Heat 2 years ago in the finals. 2-0 to the Spurs. 2-2. Crucial game 5 here. And the Spurs take it. Tie game, 29 seconds. Oh my God. Here we are again. It's game 6. Spurs looking to win it all. Tie game, 15 seconds. We've had so many clutch games in this sim. We'll see if they go to Wemby like they usually do. They're clearing out the lane. Driving in. Fadeaway midi. Banked and it's off. No timeouts. The Heat are going to have to chuck up a shot. Josh Giddey for the win. No good. Oh my God, it clanked off the rim. I thought that was going to fall. The Spurs don't go to Wemby, and we go to overtime. Just like that, we're back. 110, 42 seconds on the clock here in overtime. It's into Mitchell. We'll see if they go to Wemby this time. They didn't last time. They're going to give him the ISO again. It's Mitchell. Mitchell for the lead. No good. Gets his own rebound up again. Misses again. Mitchell cannot get it to fall. 4-second difference shot in game clock. Heat ball. They're going to let it sit for a little bit here. Try to wind some of this clock. It's Giddey on Mitchell. I cannot believe the Spurs have not gone to Wemby here. Giddey, the ISO for the lead. No good. Rebound, Vincent. Got the dunk. Timeout, Spurs. Heat lead, 1.5 on the clock. We'll see what they do here. The Spurs have not gone to Wemby yet. 1.5 on the clock. A 3 would win it. They're going to get in. Thorpe for the tie. Got it! At the buzzer, the Spurs tie it, and we go to double OT. Oh my God. And this time, the Spurs are going to get the best of them. A dominant display in double overtime has them up 10 as Shelton gets fouled. Don't even think the Heat are going to foul here. 9-point game, 25 seconds to go. Mitchell's going to be able to wind out nearly the entire clock. Vincent for 3. No good. Rebound Landry. And there it is. The Spurs are NBA champions for the 4th time in 5 years. And who else would it be getting the finals MVP trophy? Wemby 45, 11-3 in game 6. My God. Spurs win it all. Wemby 30, 8.5, 1.8, 2.2, 1.5, and once again 50, 40, 90 for him. No retirement for evil Victor Wembanyama, unsurprisingly. Victor Wembanyama still has 1 year left. Has evil Wemby stayed with the Nuggets? Yes, he has. 3 years and potentially his last contract with the Denver Nuggets. Once again, don't think regular Wemby will retire after this year, but we shall see. For evil Wemby, he definitely will not be retiring till at least 3 more years go by. A new guy wins MVP, Jay Romero, 24, 12, 4.5. Victor Wembanyama, though, he's going to win Defensive Player of the Year. Him and evil Wemby are going to win it until they retire. Spurs 1 seed out in the West, Denver the 5 seed out of the plane in the West, Sacramento and Golden State in the East, Charlotte and Boston. Have a chance to face each other in the second round as Spurs go up 2-0 and Denver and LA split. 3-1 lead for both our guys. Spurs through and Denver through. We've got another Wemby twin battle here in the Western Conference semis as we split the first 2. 2-1 Spurs. 3-1 Spurs. Evil Wemby so far has been dominated by regular Wemby in these battles. Oh my God, we've got a tie game again. Holy. It is the Denver Nuggets with the ball. 30 seconds to go. Tie game. The Wembys are not guarding each other here. They're going to give it to him. It's Wemby in the post. Post took with the left hand. No good. Rebound. Got it right back. And it's a 2-point game for the Denver Nuggets. Spurs a chance to tie, to win, or to lose here. 2-point game. Are they not going to go to Wemby again? They're not. It's driving in. Kicks out. Landry for 3. Boom! Landry hits the 3 and the Spurs go up 1 with 2.1 on the clock. Evil Wemby, a chance to respond. Chance to stay alive. 2.1 on the clock. Are they even going to give it to him? They don't. It's Douglas for 3 in the win. Boom! A game winner for the Denver Nuggets keeps their season alive. The amount of close games we have had is unbelievable. Douglas keeps Denver alive. Victor Wembanyama 36, 8-2. Evil Wemby 29-6. We head to game 6. Right back into Simcast here. And it's not close this time. The Nuggets go down. Evil Wemby 17, 7-3. Regular Wemby 28, 12-6. The Spurs are back in the conference finals, looking for their 5th championship in 6 years. They go up 2-0. I mean, they're too dominant. They are too dominant. 5 games, they're back in the finals. Wemby 25, 11-7, 1.2, 2.8. Spurs, Nets finals. Nets go up 2-0, 2-2. Crucial game 5 here, and the Nets take it Season on the line for the San Antonio Spurs. Brooklyn scores 54 in the second quarter, and they knock off the Spurs. Wemby 27-4-3, but it's not enough for the Nets, and Artie Burney 25-6-8, 1.7 steals. No retirements for our guys, unsurprisingly. Regular Wemby stays with the Spurs 3 years, likely his last contract in the NBA. Evil Wemby, 2 years left with Denver. We'll see if he stays. He has reached his first period of regression down to a 96. Obviously, still better than 99% of the league. Wemby at 97. Let's see if they can meet each other again in the playoffs. Victor Wembanyama 21-9-5 adds another MVP to the list and another defensive player of the year. He has been by far the better of the two. Spurs 1 seed, Denver 4 seed out of the play-in in the West, Phoenix and Golden State in the East, Cleveland and Milwaukee. A chance to face off against each other in the second round. They just cannot avoid each other, these two. 2-2 for Denver as San Antonio sweeps their way through 3-2. Game 7. Let's have in the Simcast. Here we go. 37 seconds. It's Utah Jazz ball up against Evil Wemby and the Denver Nuggets. It's Weaver for 2. Quick 2. Rims out. Denver gets the rebound. 30 seconds on the clock. 9-second differential. Wemby driving in. He's got the mismatch. Pull up midi. No good. Doesn't get the rebound. 20 seconds on the clock. They're going to slow it down here. They are going to try to take the last shot. They got to get it up quick. It's inside. Stevens is open, and he gets the layup to go. Could we have more heartbreak for the Denver Nuggets? 1.2 on the clock. Jazz up 2. Last time we were in Simcast, Denver hit a buzzer-beating 3 to stay alive. Can they do it again? Here we go. It's in. For 3. No good. They will not get the game winner this time as Evil Wemby goes down to the Utah Jazz. Evil Wemby 36-6-4, but they go down again. Spurs go down 2-0. 3-0 to the Jazz. 3-2, 3-3. Oh my God. Oh my God. Denver just lost in Game 7 to Utah. Now the Spurs have come back down 3-0 against them to force a Game 7. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Wemby 20-11-5, and the Spurs win another Game 7. Spurs, Lakers, Western Conference Finals, 2-1 Lakers, 3-1 Lakers. Can we come back again? 3-2, 3-3. You're joking. You're joking. Another Game 7. Are you kidding me? The Spurs come back down 3-0 and then come back down 3-1 to go to the finals again. They are inevitable. 26-10-6 for Victor Wembanyama, 2.3, 2.4. We play the Raptors in the finals. Spurs take Game 1, take Game 2, and it's a sweep. The Spurs are the greatest team I have ever seen. 5 championships in 7 years. They lost in the conference finals the one year they didn't win, and they lost in the finals a season ago. Just unreal. 27-10-5 for Victor Wembanyama, and adds another championship to his resume. Victor Wembanyama, 2 years left with the Spurs. Evil Wemby, 1 year left with the Nuggets. Likely the last season for Evil Wemby, but to be fair, he could stay. He is still a 95 overall. Let's go ahead and hop into the season and see what happens. Victor Wembanyama adds another MVP to the list. I've lost count. We'll see at the very end how many exactly he's gotten. Another Defensive Player of the Year. He is definitely the greatest player of all time. I just see the Nuggets are in the play-in. They are. 7-seeded Nuggets in the play-in. We still haven't won a play-in game. We won finals in the East, finals in the West, series against each other, but we still have not won a play-in game. Can we finally do it? Yes! We finally win a play-in game. The Nuggets do it, and Evil Wemby does it. The 7-seeded Denver Nuggets face off against the 2-seeded Lakers, and the 1-seeded San Antonio Spurs face off against Portland. In the East, it's Detroit and Miami in the play-in. San Antonio goes through, and Denver's up 3-1 on the Lakers. And Denver's through. Oh my God. Could we have another opportunity to face each other in the conference finals? Oh my God. And they're facing each other again. Denver was in the play-in, and they're facing each other again. Here we go. Wemby against his twin once again. 2-0 for the Spurs. 3-1. Another elimination game. Let's hop into Simcast. Denver takes one back. Game 6. Oh my God, it's Game 7 again. It's Game 7 again. 33-8-7 for Evil Wemby. Game 7 to go to the finals between Wemby and Evil Wemby. And regular Wemby survives the onslaught. 25-11-7, 1.7, 3.1. Gene Fields, Eastern Conference Finals MVP, as the Spurs roll on through. A chance to win another championship. 2-1 Hornets. 2-2 Spurs. Here we go again. Oh my God. It's Game 7 in the finals again. I don't think Wemby has lost a Game 7 this whole sim. And he's going to do it again. Oh my God. 37-10-6. The Spurs win the championship again. 27-10-5, 1.0, 2.6. And the Spurs are on top. Has Evil Wemby retired? No, he has not. They're still going. Oh my God. Victor Wembanyama, 1 year left with the Spurs. Evil Wemby, 2 years left with the Nuggets. Go ahead and get right into the season and see if this is regular Wemby's last season in the NBA. Wemby adds another MVP to his list, 25, 10, and 6. Pretty much the same stats we've seen every single year, and another Defensive Player of the Year. Just unreal. Denver is the 8th seed. San Antonio is the 2 seed. Denver loses play in game 1, and play in game 2, they do make it through. So maybe a chance here to see each other at the conference finals again, but I definitely doubt it, as the Spurs are down 3-0. Okay, we do end up losing. Denver, actually, a game away from knocking off the 1 seed. Game 7, here we go. Denver goes down. A very, very valiant effort, but they go down in the first round, and for the first time in what feels like forever, both of our guys go down in round number 1. We'll see if this is Wemby's last season, as it's Lakers-Hornets in the finals, and the Hornets sweep. And there it goes, our first retirement of the 2. The original Victor Wembanyama, 20 years in the NBA, his career is over. His career averages 26, 11, 4.5, 1.6, 2.4. His best individual season, I'm going to go with this one, 31, 12, 4.5, 1.8, 2.5. Also shot 42% from 3. Just unbelievable. An incredible career from Wemby. He is MVP in his final season. Let's take a look at the accolades here. This is going to be ridiculous. 6-time NBA champion, 6-time finals MVP, 8-time regular season MVP, 19-time All-Star, 19-time first-team All-NBA, and just 1 time in his rookie year, he was second-team All-NBA. Unbelievable. Yeah, absolutely unreal stuff from Wemby, but now we have just 1 more year, I would assume, now that he goes for our other Wemby, the evil Wemby. Evil Wemby, a 91 overall in, for all I can assume, his last season here. He's a 39-year-old who will be 40 as the season rolls along. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Jay Romero wins MVP for the Brooklyn Nets, 25-11. Defensive Player of the Year, Nico Tavkar, a new guy because Wemby has retired. The Denver Nuggets are the 5 seed. Out of the play-in the West, Golden State and Portland in the East, Philly and Orlando. Up 2-1, 3-1, 3-2, 3-3. And another Game 7. These guys have struggled in Game 7s for so long. Denver, what could be Evil Wemby's last game, are tied with 20 seconds on the clock. They gave it to Wemby. They're going to let it sit. 6 seconds to go. Wemby on the drive. Wemby into the lane. Reverse layup. Got it to go. Denver leads. Thunder timeout. 2.6 on the clock. Can Oklahoma City send Evil Wemby into retirement? Ball's in. It's Pearson for 3 for the win. No good. Evil Wemby wins Game 7, and the Denver Nuggets are moving on. They go down 2-0. 3-0 to the Lakers. 3-1, and there it is. Likely Evil Wemby's last game. We have a Blazers-Nets finals, and it's the Nets who sweep their way to the championship, led by R.D. Verney, 33, 7, and 13. Holy shit. There it is. Evil Wemby, 21 years pro. And it is all done. Career averages of 22, 10, and 5, 1.5, 2.2. His best season, I can't remember which season he won MVP, but I'm going to assume it's this one. 32, 33. He had 25, 10, 6, 1.6, 2.0. He had some pretty insane seasons along the way here. Now time to take a look at the accolades. 1-time NBA champion, 1-time MVP, 1-time finals MVP. All-Star for 20 of 21 seasons, first team All-NBA in 9 seasons, second team All-NBA 10 seasons, and I believe a 4 or 5-time Defensive Player of the Year winner. I really wish they added that to this list of things, but it's all good. But yeah, that will do it for the video. My longest video ever, no doubt about it. I don't know how long this is going to be, but it is definitely going to be the longest. It took me the longest to record, so if you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching. Seriously, I really appreciate it. I film all my videos over on Twitch, so if you want to come follow me, my Twitch is WardyBoss30YT. Come join me, hang out, and hop in the chat while I make these videos. As always, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave it a like. It really is helpful for the channel. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and hit that bell if you want to be the first to see the new videos. Once again, if you made it to the end, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.